A retired secret agent of a covert organization becomes disillusioned with the corrupt government and sets out on a personal war against the system, determined to reach the very top. The film begins in a barn, where a beehive has taken root. Beekeeper Adam Clay heads out to remove the hive at the request of Mrs. Parker, the owner of the farm where he resides. The woman invites him for tea later that evening. Afterward, in the barn, Adam eliminates the bees using neon from a lamp and a stun gun. While the lodger works at the apiary, the farm owner sees a warning message on her computer screen claiming it's infected with a virus. To save her files, she must urgently call the number provided. The call is answered by Mickey, a fake security agent, and an experienced scammer running an entire corporation of fraudsters. He frightens Mrs. Parker with stories that all her data will disappear unless she acts immediately. To avoid this, she must install a new antivirus version. Unaware of the deception, the woman follows Mickey's instructions and downloads a virus herself. The scammers gain access to Mrs. Parker's personal information. She is a retired teacher, yet has over $2 million in her account. Seeing such a lucrative target, Mickey pretends to issue a compensation payment for the inconvenience, but accidentally transfers $50,000 instead of $500. Playing on her sympathy, he persuades the woman to return the difference. After checking her balance, she enters her password, which is intercepted by the fraudsters. Her computer shuts off immediately, and the money is transferred to an offshore account. Mrs. Parker realizes she has been scammed, but there's nothing she can do. Adam Clay fills a jar of honey to bring to the landlady. He heads to her house, but no one answers the door. Hearing the alarm going off, he enters and turns it off. Grabbing a knife from the kitchen, he moves to the next room. There on the floor lies a pistol with an empty shell casing and bloodstains. He is suddenly held at gunpoint by Verona Parker, the landlady's daughter and an FBI agent. Mistaking him for a thief, she arrests Adam. But after placing the handcuffs on him, she sees her mother in the armchair. She had taken her own life. When the police arrive, Verona accuses Adam of murder, even though he had simply brought her a jar of honey. He is taken to the station, while Verona inspects the house and finds the laptop displaying the emptied account. The next morning, the cops bring Adam back. There's no evidence connecting him to the crime. Verona heads to the barn to apologize for the accusation. She invites him for a drink. During their conversation, it becomes clear that the scammers hadn't just stolen her mother's money, but funds from a children's center she was running. Colleagues from the cybercrime unit say that even if the scammers are traced, proving their guilt will be nearly impossible. Adam returns to the apiary and retrieves a hidden satellite phone from the beehive. He calls a former colleague and asks her to track down the scammers. Sometime later, she calls him back. Although the thieves had covered their tracks well, she managed to find their location. Taking 2 canisters of gasoline, Adam heads to the office for a little lesson in accountability. At the entrance, he is met by security guards who politely ask him to leave. In response, he fights back. The guards fall unconscious after the attack, and Adam drags the gas canisters into the building. In the lobby, Adam asks the receptionist where the targeted office is, then calmly instructs her to trigger the fire alarm. Soon he will set the whole place on fire. Inside the office, he orders the scammers to stop stealing, and to make his point, he picks the first person he sees and shows what happens to those who disobey. To ensure none of them return to their illegal activities, Adam begins pouring gasoline all around the room. He is interrupted by Mickey and the security team. The manager orders the bodyguards to take care of the uninvited guest, but Adam easily dispatches them. Once there's no one left to fight, he scares off Mickey and places a bomb on the canisters. The device is rigged to detonate upon the next incoming call from a victim. He barely drives away before the explosion obliterates the office. Adam does not even look back. Mickey reports the incident to his boss, Derek Danforth, the head of the namesake company. In order to find out who this bold attacker is, Derek turns to West Wild, the head of security at Danforth Enterprises. West brushes him off, saying not to bother him with trivial matters. So Derek orders Mickey to track down the lone wolf by reviewing the company's latest operations. Maybe there's a link. Mickey and his crew of thugs arrive at Mrs. Parker's farm, where they spot the mysterious stranger responsible for the explosion. Realizing the seriousness of what happened, they open fire on the beehives at the apiary, unknowingly signing their own death warrants. The thugs break into Adam's barn. As they wander through the shelves, Adam grabs one of them and threatens him with a screwdriver. Then, the beekeeper strangles the mercenary. The second man has his neck broken so swiftly that he does not even make a sound. The third attacker is disarmed and beaten with his own weapon. then kicked repeatedly. Mickey hears the commotion and opens fire, but misses. To shut him up, Adam cuts off his fingers with a saw and walks away, leaving him lying there. In the morning, Verona is called to the scene by her partner to witness the blown-up call center. Right after that, they receive another report, a fire at her mother's house where Adam left several bodies behind. Thanks to the documents found at both locations, the feds realize the cases are connected. From a drawbridge, Mickey tries to call his boss, but suddenly, Derek hears someone attacking him over the phone. Adam ties Mickey to a pickup truck and sends it plunging off the bridge. Then Adam picks up the phone and warns Derek that he will not survive this game. Derek turns once again to West. This time, West reveals that he resigned from his position as CIA director at the personal request of Derek's mother to look after him. And now, Derek has managed to provoke the wrath of the Beekeeper, an agent from the most secretive Black Ops unit in the country, one so covert that even the CIA director gets no reports about it. Adam is a true professional. Derek will not survive 5 nights against him, not even 5 minutes. West contacts Jessica Danforth to discuss the situation with her son. Using his connections, the former CIA chief asks the current director to stop the Beekeeper, but it turns out that Adam Clay resigned a while ago. Nevertheless, one of the agents is sent to deal with him. At a gas station, a car crashes into Adam's pickup truck. Behind the wheel is a woman, a current agent. She opens fire on her former colleague and kills the police officers who arrive on the scene. Taking advantage of the chaos, Adam attacks her with a gas pump hose, trying to subdue her. Realizing she is losing the fight, the woman pulls out a mounted machine gun from the back of the truck, but after being hit on the head with a jar of honey, she calms down. Adam throws a lighter, igniting the remaining gasoline from the hose. While the woman burns, the man picks up a dropped knife and cuts off her index finger, carefully placing it into a plastic bag. Borrowing a car from a random witness, he drives away as the gas station goes up in flames. He heads to the base of the slain agent, using the severed finger as a key to access supplies and plan his next attack. West is informed that the mission to eliminate the target has failed. The problem remains unresolved. Moreover, the agents refuse to interfere with their colleague any further. West gathers a team of mercenaries for protection. He explains that the agents no longer follow any orders. Their sole mission is to maintain order and stability. There is a suspicion that Adam is a rogue operative, acting outside the official system. Verona finds a beekeeping manual at the gas station. After analyzing Adam's route, she and her partner realize he is heading to Boston, to the central office of Ninstar, the headquarters that controlled the phone scam operations. The agents are invited to a meeting with Deputy FBI Director Prigg. Verona shares her theory and requests a SWAT unit to apprehend him. Although Prigg does not support the idea of a secret beekeeper agency, he agrees to provide the SWAT team. Near the Ninstar building, the SWAT team encounters mercenaries. Their orders are to defend the inside while the FBI holds the perimeter. After assigning roles, the soldiers disperse, but then Adam brazenly walks up. He politely asks the SWAT officers to step aside, but when they refuse, he is forced to beat up the entire unit, shooting at their body armor and smashing helmets. Taking a hostage, Adam enters the building. Meanwhile, the manager calls Derek and demands he withdraw the mercenaries who are interfering with their scam operation. Following the order, the mercenaries leave, to the delight of the scammers, among whom Adam is now embedded. The Beekeeper calmly suggests they vacate the building without creating noise. But suddenly, the mercenaries return and open fire. Adam disappears into the business center's corridors, hides in the ceiling, and launches surprise attacks from above. He activates the fire alarm and ambushes the leader of the mercenaries, who, startled, shoots his entire team. Adam then beats him up, finishing the fight with a fire extinguisher. The FBI SWAT team storms the building. Adam sets a trap using stretched cables. He manages to hide on the elevator roof just as the SWAT bursts in. The soldiers open fire but miss. When their magazines are empty, the Beekeeper blows the elevator cables. It plummets downward, dragging the agents into the shaft. Those who manage to escape are also caught by the tripwires. Soon, Adam confronts the office manager to find out who is behind the scam operation. By beating him, he learns the name Derek. As he prepares to leave, Verona enters the office. She tries to persuade the Beekeeper to surrender, but he knocks out her partner and walks away. The FBI finally identifies his next target. Upon learning that Adam had escaped once again, West informs Jessica Danforth, who turns out to be the President of the United States. Verona tells Deputy Director Prigg that Danforth's election campaign was funded by her son's company, meaning it was financed with stolen money. Moreover, CIA-developed classified technologies were used in the scam operations. Now the Beekeeper is on a mission to restore justice and punish those responsible. Ordering that no one speak about it, Prigg increases funding for the operation to capture the dangerous veteran. Derek heads to the presidential estate, where a party is scheduled, and the Secret Service is in charge of security. Verona and her partner also arrive at the location. Additionally, West hires mercenaries led by Lazarus, a man who once survived an encounter with the Beekeeper but lost his leg in the process. Jessica is delivered to the estate by helicopter. Derek is the only one who does not take the situation seriously, continuing to abuse substances. While security is busy checking incoming trucks, Adam sneaks onto the premises through a sewage pipe, dressed in a Secret Service uniform. Emerging from the drain, he clings to the underside of a truck. The Beekeeper strangles the inspecting agent and switches clothes with him, putting on a balaclava for disguise. While the guards remain oblivious, Adam secretly plants explosives on several vehicles. Then, he changes into a proper suit in the bushes to pose as a guest. Unrecognized, the Beekeeper boldly roams the house, stalking his targets. Verona notices that Prigg is having a conversation with the president and begins to suspect they are in collusion. Later, the deputy director, the president, and her son gather in a private office to discuss urgent matters. Verona spots Adam among the guests and gives the command. In addition to the Secret Service, the mercenaries join the pursuit. The FBI agents chase the Beekeeper, mistaking other guests for him, and not realizing that he is luring them away from the house. Lazarus attempts to kill Adam the moment he catches up to him, but Verona intervenes. Seizing the opportunity, Adam activates the explosives. Amid the chaos, he wounds Lazarus again by shooting him in the jaw, then fights his way back into the house, gunning down anyone who gets in his way. He fires into the air to incite panic among the civilian guests and then rushes up the stairs. Just outside the office, Lazarus ambushes him. The mercenary engages Adam in a brutal hand-to-hand fight despite his injuries, and even manages to stab the Beekeeper. But Adam uses his advantage skillfully, kicking off Lazarus's prosthetic leg, then beating him down and using the knife. Preparing to blast open the office door, Adam ignores West's pleas and focuses on delivering justice. When West blocks his path, the Beekeeper calmly breaks the old man's arm. Inside the office, the president hears the commotion outside. Realizing security will not hold, she proposes a new plan to confess everything in hopes of earning a chance for pardon. But her spoiled son is not on board. He pulls a revolver from a drawer and shoots Prigg. An explosion immediately follows. Amid the smoke, the Beekeeper appears, and agents from the FBI storm in through another door. Derek holds his mother hostage, but that does not stop Adam. Glancing at the ocean through the window, he turns to Verona, reminding her that by law, her son could not be held accountable for her mother's death. Adam takes a single, precise shot right between Derek's eyes. Then he dives out the window and escapes. Verona takes aim, but then lowers her weapon, silently thanking him for avenging her mother. The Secret Service pursues the fugitive, but Adam had planned ahead. He had hidden a diving suit in advance. He puts it on and dives into the water. The movie ends there. Thank you for watching.